Right, hello everyone, and welcome to what is the second match of a one league that I'm casting, and I'm just gonna pull this up really quick to what the standings are because that's like kind of important. A1. Haka has won 9 of his first 12 games. He beat Mixino 4-2, and he beat Tracer 5-1, and these are all the matches that have been played, and standings are on my screen right now. So, yeah, whoever is watching the video can actually see them, and if they don't, well, then they'll have to check them on their own if they're listening to the live commentary instead. Okay, and what we got here, we've got a Kingdom. My first instinct is that Sentinel is a very strong Trasher, so this should be a relatively strong Kingdom. Although there aren't really that many beautiful payload options, and draw options aren't that great either. And you can play with Heralds, and that's probably pretty good. You definitely want Sentinel for trashing, and I guess Farmer's Market would be your payload, or but you'd probably have to rely on some treasure payload as well. I don't think there is a way to consistently discard the tunnel. Oh, actually there is within, so you could acquire that. So I'm looking at Heralds and Gears for draw, some maybe an inn and a tunnel to be able to acquire golds, and some farmers markets maybe for plus buy. I mean, it's the only plus buy source in the kingdom, so probably. Teemo could be good for early trashing. I am definitely opening with Sentinel, but I'm not sure what the 4 is supposed to be. Haka chose to they both chose to open with a Sentinel. Haka chose to grab the Transmogrify on the 4, meanwhile, whereas Minionpawn chose to go with a Gear. I think both of these are very reasonable. Of course, drawing a Sentinel or a Transmogrify, for that matter, turn 3 is an incredible advantage. And well, Minionpawn does draw. Oh no. Minionpawn does draw their Sentinel turn 3, which is, yeah, great deal here. Whereas Haka, unfortunately, only has to trash 2 copper, but the Teemo does come in pretty handy here. And Haka will be able to transmogrify this estate into a gear and trigger a shuffle with the Sentinel in it, and hopefully trash some cards. Meanwhile, on Minionpawn's side, wait, how did we know? Oh no, we did trigger a shuffle with that gear. Okay, so we get to play the Sentinel, and we set aside an estate. I'm not sure that I would have set aside the estate, because you want to trash it, and if you want to trash it, you want it in a discard. I guess it's better than it... No, wait. I guess it's better than it being in the deck, because you really don't want to draw it. I suppose that's true. Minionpawn does not have a village effect, and they have a lot of terminals. That's slightly concerning. I would probably be trying to get up either Inns or Heralds. I assume Herald is a better card for them. Anyways, we're back to Haka. I would assume that this is supposed to be a gear, just so that we can trigger this shuffle with a Sentinel in it. And yeah, we get to... Haka chooses to go with an inn, which I really like, because that allows you to trash more, in a more controlled manner with Sentinel, which is really good. As long as Haka really doesn't want... Okay, Haka is not going to trash that estate. He wants to turn it into a free of Teemog, which I do like quite a bit. Yeah. I guess Prepare is also a village that can be used. So yeah, we can try to do that. Wait, okay, Prepare 3, set aside at the start of your next turn, put those actions treasures in any order and discard the rest. Okay, so Prepare works with Tunnel. That's Also, another way to activate tunnel, which I have missed, which looks pretty strong. Yeah. And Hakha already has a tunnel. I think we'll see tunnel from Minionpawn as well here. This trashing really isn't a problem. We already have a discard effect. So I'd like to be able to gain golds. But I guess they don't have plus buy in their deck either. So maybe plus buy has to come first. But then it's awkward because you want to play free terminals. But I guess you could prepare at some point, which would kind of solve this problem. And if you prepare with a tunnel in hand, then you can discard the tunnel to gain the gold as well. But I guess you're not gonna have a tunnel next turn in the deck, so I'm just like talking nonsense. Okay, cool. Yeah, I don't think a lot of these terminal. I don't. I think the only terminal cards that are going to come into play is probably Farmers Market and Gear, just because the village effects are a little difficult to come by with Herald not being particularly reliable here. I would assume that as they say that, Hakha picks up a Royal Blacksmith. Mm, I don't know what to think of that. I, I'm just gonna say that I don't like it. I don't think I would have gone that way. Hakha is obviously a lot better player than a lot of a better player than me, so he could have a better idea. But I definitely do not like that choice. Yeah. Um, hmm. So yeah, I mean, I guess Hakka's deck really doesn't draw cards yet, but like, I feel like Herald would be a better option to draw cards here still. Like, I know that the payload's awkward and all that, but Herald's so good when it hits. Like, I think it's good enough where it hits to the point where like you want to do it, and in the worst case, you can just like discard farmers markets with your in, and then hit them with a Herald, which would be a pretty consistent way to play those. Yeah, this might be like one of the kingdoms with the most ins bought that they've seen in a long time too. That card is usually not a very good Dominion card. And yeah, Hakha takes the golds. Ooh, that is a very unfortunate reveal. I guess it is to be expected because they're like these are the kind of cards that Hakha can expect to be in their deck. There was a copper there, which I assume they really wanted to trash just because it gets discarded with Royal Blacksmith otherwise. But yeah, that is just like a sad reveal still. And I think they maybe should have played around it a little better. Not sure. Anyways, yeah, this is gonna be awkward in terms of getting the plus buy. I guess Hakka has this Resmogrify that can transform the silver into farmers markets if they are needed. That's a way to acquire plus buy without like actually having to play all of the farmers markets, which is quite nice. I don't think any of the players is particularly ahead right now. I guess yeah, Minionpawn has a gear in the deck, but Hakha has a Royal Blacksmith instead. So the deck states are very similar, and the Royal Blacksmith will become really, really good for Hakha really soon. Yeah, Minionpawn also got a Transmogrify. That kind of evens out. I think I would like to see a Herald here from Minionpawn. Like, you have 6 actions in the deck, so it's like about 50-50 to hit. It's not too bad. And I'd probably grab more farmers markets because I would like to be planning to use them as payload. Even though it's a little strange to play like that because it's very inconsistent. But then prepare can fix a lot of things and make your turns better. Yeah, so I think I don't mind, and like you could top deck the gold and the herald so that your herald has a higher chance of actually hitting with the herald's overpay mechanic. I'm kind of coming around to this Royal Blacksmith, actually. It is really difficult for Minionpawn to draw cards. And Hakha is going to not have any coppers in the deck very shortly here. Oh, and Hakha chooses to go with a Herald too. I think I would just like play the Herald right here. Well, that Herald is just not going to hit now. Because there are no whatever things. Whatever you're called. No actions in the deck. I guess it doesn't really need to. I'm curious about that. Like about turning the silver into a herald. It is definitely not on my radar. And now we also get to the point where Farmer's Market starts being a very awkward plus buy because it deletes itself from the deck, so you need to buy another one. It does give you 4 VP, which is very nice though. What does Patient do? It lets you... Oh. Patient lets you set aside the Sentinel, which could be used if you're just not going to play the Sentinel anyway. Just because having that effect at the start of the turn, especially if you're top decking a Herald, can be really nice to find your action with it consistently. And it does activate Herald, technically. It's just a little not great. Because it's just a scout effect, right? If you're not playing it for the trashing. I think that was what the minion card scout did. If somebody's listening in and have actually played the minion with scout, or well, remembers what it does. Scout was drawing victory cards. Well, it's very similar. So Scout is also reveal 5, but also draw victory cards. Is that what you're saying, seriously? Again, I've only heard tales of Scout being a card at some point in the ancient times of Dominion, but I have never actually played with it. +1. Oh, it had plus buy on it too. Okay. Alright, that... It didn't have plus buy. Okay, so it's just reveal 4 cards and draw the victory cards. And +1 action. Non-terminally. Okay. That's... It's obviously a lot worse than Sentinel, but... That's... very comparable with what Sentinels are in these decks. At this point. So... I actually do wonder if the Scout card would be... Yeah. it was... Yeah, it was long before I started playing the minion. I do wonder if they had the option to exchange the Scout for a sentinel for a scout right now, would they do it? I probably would, actually. I probably would consider playing with a scout here, just because it activates herald so well when you are kind of start for villages. Yeah, you reel it. Yeah, more. What is the? I don't remember some of the cards that were more recent removals. I remember Pearl Diver because I kept on calling. I remember Pearl Diver really well because I kept on calling Sea Chart to be worse than Pearl Diver, and well then Sea Chart. Ever since Sea Chart won me like a alliance mix match or allies mix or something like that against Shower, I just like decided, you know what, this card's not terrible. I I should probably stop. No, because it costs 1 coin more than the Pearl Diver. Uh, my argument at the time was that it doesn't actually draw, because it never hits, or at the rate at which it hits, it's just not justifiable. It's not high enough to justify it. But I was wrong at that time, and it does draw pretty well. Of course, it's a skill issue. Uh, yeah. Anyway, back to what's going on in this game. We actually have an interesting choice of cards because Hakha is choosing to play with a Royal Blacksmith, whereas Minionpawn has decided that they want an Envoy in their deck. Both of these draw a lot of cards, so that is very helpful. But also, like Envoy has this like very annoying downside where they yeah, Sea-Chart's not a very skilled card. Both on like Envoy has this really annoying downside to where your opponent can discard your village, which is where on they can discard your village when you like actually really need your inns, which are really expensive on this board, and also has this downside that's it is a big downside to everyone watching and playing with the card, where your opponent has to actually make the choice of discarding, and this choice is actually meaningful in this kingdom, because it might have a large effect. And yeah, and that means that what am I saying? Words is difficult. It has a pretty large like the discarding of Envoy is one of these effects that could have a very large impact, but it usually doesn't. But you actually like have to stop by and you have to consider, okay, what is the best card to discard here? Yeah, it's a very clicky card. All right, Minionpawn has hit a rather large number with not a lot of plus buy, and they choose to go for a province. Indeed, with that, like, I don't think these decks are going. I mean, with the minions pawn choice to start greening, these decks are definitely not going to build very big. Hakha could probably build quite big with the Royal Blacksmiths, so that is pretty understandable choice. But also, it kind of sort of feels like to me that Minionpawn is just there with their back against the wall. Yeah. Envoy is quite good with sifting effects. Is it? Is that actually? I'm not sure if that's true because you need to like if you really want to draw to those cards that they discarded from Onva, you also have to draw for your junk that you sifted through. Yeah, I guess it draws you junk and you just sift away the junk, but Onva draws a lot of cards as it is. It usually draws something good without having sifters to support it. Draw it. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think Ian is going to be a drawer on frigate boards. It seems like a really strange argument, so I'm also not gonna take your word for that Iras actually said it. No. Frigate cage match. Okay, I haven't watched that. Yeah, I was actually like considering like I thought about like doing the cage matches when like a plane was really looking to do them in Thunder Dominion for like Silk Merchant Journey and things like that are going on. But I'm just like a little afraid that I'm gonna be taking a long time, and also the skill difference is gonna come into play quite a bit. So I chose not to. Oh, yeah, that is like a that argument I can get behind Iras for sure. Anyways, on this, what's going on here? Hakha has a lot more plus buy than Minionpawn. I think they could go for building quite a bit more still. Minionpawn is probably threatening to double next turn though, so like you kind of have to like put a lot of payload and start going to going straight for the province. I'm not sure that I like. If I would is why has Kubo been the one commentating all these A League matches? Well, the moderation team said that anyone can commentate regardless of skill level. So I took that to heart, and yeah, and I don't really care that I am a lot worse than these players. So I'm just talking over them anyway, just so that there is a recording and people can watch these A matches, even if my commentary can not be the most fitting for them. Yeah, thanks, Ultraza. I mean, if obviously, like I would be quite happy if people joined me for the commentary or commentated some other matches as well. Thanks, RTT. uh, but yeah, I enjoy commentating them a lot too. So mm, yeah, yeah, DZ. Why don't you join the commentary? Yeah, it's really hard to be better than the A players because they are the best players. I mean, come join in. I think only S tier is above. Is S tier the psychomatic tier? Is that where the name is coming from? Oh, Steph tier, right? Psychomatic Steph, yeah, that seems like a pretty good tier. I like it. I definitely watch a lot of those matches. Uh, maybe one A. Yeah. Uh, what what are Mick is one of the A players that would. Sure, RTT. Yeah. Feel free to do it. Um. Yeah, and A players. I mean, there aren't that many A players that do commentary this season, which I think is why this call came out. That for people to commentate matches. Uh, so yeah, I think it's only Mixenoc. I'm not gonna pull up the standings right now. But I think it's only Mixenoc that regularly commentates their games live, and Tracer also posts his videos of commentary, but he doesn't actually commentate them live, or at least not that I've heard in the recent past. Uh, anyway, um, the the really nice thing that happened here for Minionpawn is that they managed to get a farmers market and trash it into victory points, denying those victory points from Hakha. And that 8 VP lead is actually quite substantial here. As well as Hakka's farmer markets are just not going to be doing as much. And they do need to play them for plus buy. Which means on the next turn, Minionpawn has still is going to have a lot of payload. And not sure what exactly the play here would be. I kind of want to double province because I like this point situation that I'm in, and I think I still think my deck is rather good at drawing. I guess we don't have. What do we have set aside? Oh, we have a T-Mog on the mat too. Yeah, I don't mind double provincing here and tossing in like a Herald to help us draw.
Hi there. Can you hear me?
Uh, yeah, I can hear you. Hey.
Hello. At least I'm a former A player.
Yeah, that's very helpful for sure. Yeah, my highest tier has been C, so I played against Haka a lot though, so at least there is that.
Hmm.
All right. What do you think of how they've played and cards they've chosen this kingdom? Do
I
you like
only I
the
only
royal
joined
black?
like 4
Yeah.
turns ago,
Oh,
but
do you like the royal blacksmiths here that Haka has?
Royal Blacksmith is always great.
Yeah, that was my initial call, but the deck doesn't really have copper, so it does draw cards pretty well, but it only draws
costs
one, like
costs
as
twice
envoy.
as much as Envoy, and well, you gotta trash coppers with Lookout.
No, there's
After that,
Sentinel, and Sentinel has been very good at trashing here. So, yeah. Okay, yes, of course, DZ. Uh, and I am also surprised that Minionpawn is afraid to province here. Like, what are we afraid of,
yeah, there's
realistically?
not that many points in the game.
Yeah,
Uh,
like,
whoa, only 2 heralds gone. Okay,
yeah, I was surprised by that, but it looked like their deck just like their decks do have to have a bunch of treasures, so it is it is justifiable. They don't want to play with Herald because it doesn't hit as often, and
you could combo it with Sentinel.
yeah, and I think they've been doing that. It's
Nice.
just you can only combo so many Heralds in a single Sentinel.
Like Sentinel costs an action, Herald gives you the action. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Uh,
I mean, in Tunnel, Blacksmith looks like a reasonable thing to do on its own, and then you get the plus buy, so yeah, seems like something Have they been play with? Have they been playing with prepare?
Not at all. Not a single prepare has been bought.
Ah,
They've always had
dang
enough
it!
villages.
Like prepare tunnel isn't that working?
Yeah, it does work. Plus buy is pretty expensive here though, with farmers market being the only source. And
Yeah, you
prepared.
prepare all the farmers markets and then next turn they don't cost the action. Nice. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, you could go like very terminal heavy and play with a lot of prepares, but on the other side, they play with gear, so they have the ability to set things aside for the next turn anyway.
Hakha turned a gold into a duchy. That's very curious to me. I, I think I would still like the province pile is at 5, and okay, Minionpawn has a T-Mog on the tavern mat, but so they could probably triple.
Mostly desperation, I guess.
Yeah, it's I don't. I think we still want payload in these decks. And if I were gonna turn the gold into something, I'd turn it into a farmer's market probably.
Potential 4 points.
I mean, the 4 points that Minionpawn is gonna take realistically, because Haka does not have enough farmers markets, unfortunately for them. Yeah, I I guess they're thinking about trying to set up Sentinel to discard an what? I am very perplexed by. Yeah, I'm not seeing the comeback for Haka. I was very perplexed by ordering of this turn and them not choosing to
Whoop.
get more
Like,
golds. And
discards to farmers market, not even a tunnel.
I mean they had to hit with a herald to draw all of those cards, I suppose.
Yeah, but if you discard VP cards, you don't need to draw them.
Yeah,
And it looks like he had 2 actions left. So could have gotten another tunnel, another gold with it.
yeah, and I don't think.
Oh, now we prepare. No,
No, we just
just
choose to.
not play the farmers market at all. Okay.
Okay, and they figured that whatever they're doing is pretty hopeless. Okay, well, I guess the big story of this game was just Minionpawn drawing Sentinel turn 3 and Haka
Mm,
wasn't.
yeah, that's a big difference.
Yeah, so that like caught Minionpawn back from being player 2 and even more.
Mm.
Yeah.
Okay, we got a cage match.
Is Cage even better than Lookout? Cage has been like a card that's been hyped up a lot at the start of the set, Plunder.
I mean, it's good if
And
there's like no other trashing. I probably want both.
yeah, but there is some forms of trashing here. I guess Forge can sort of fix whatever uh, fix the downside of Cage if you have one in the deck at the time you start greening.
Yeah,
And Hideout
you,
also
you
kind of sort of
yeah, you
more
mostly
subtly.
can't distant land early or something, but
Yeah, where are you going to anyway? I guess there's
not
Salty
doing
Earth
that.
here, which okay, well, Salty Earth probably doesn't come into play that much because
We don't have plus
you don't
buy.
have plus buy. Yeah,
The only gain is forge. So forge looks to be pretty important. Could
Salt
you rush
Rush.
with salt?
I've tried to do that before
Nah,
on ladder, and every time I've tried, it
not
worked
with
horribly.
cage there.
Yeah, I think Cage is a pretty good card to open here. The the draw looks difficult, and Alchemist is not a great card on the board without plus buy.
I mean, Highwayman is the draw. Pretty good with Mountain Village.
Oh yeah, that actually combos because Mountain Village can pick the Highwayman up.
Yeah, if you would not come around drawing. Could also draw with tide pools and do like 5 tide pools, discard everything, and then draw with highwayman. Highwayman duration.
Oh, that is interesting, but
But
something
it's
that I
risky, and it
yeah.
takes way too long without plus buy to build
Yeah.
up.
And something that I've also realized about tight pulls is that it's not actually a double lap, it's just a lap because it stays in play for the next turn. So you can't
Mm.
play it next turn. So a pair of tight pulls and a pair of labs is like if you forget about the downside of tight pulls, the pair of tight pulls is as effective as a pair of labs at drawing.
Dang it.
So it's not very good.
I mean, it's just 4, so
Yeah, but then you have to
and some.
also deal with the downside, which yeah.
You gotta make use of it with courier
Oh yeah, you
and
could.
mountain village.
Haka should try shuffling better. Why do you say that, Dizzy? What happened to Haka? They drew their lookout on turn 3. Uh, not sure that I see all that much terrible shuffling.
It's just that Minionpawn got a very good cage with 2 estates,
Yeah.
and now they hit 7.
Yeah, that 7 is like a big impact.
But he also used Way of the Turtle to get there, so well deserved, I guess.
Mm. And um, hmm. Oh, I guess Courier also works well with Highwayman. Lots of Highwayman synergies here.
Mm-hmm. Great support. What?
Wait,
Okay.
we did not want to play the lookout this turn?
Didn't want
I'm
to trash.
very curious.
Would have been somewhat bad shuffle trigger.
But you have a Highwayman in place, so you draw
Mm,
most of
yeah.
your cards anyway. And I'm not sure how bad that shuffle even is because it hits 7. And you do want to play with Forge here, otherwise you're just kind of lost in the end game, right? Like Haka is already pretty lost in the end game because
Ooh,
they
distant lands.
trashed estates. Distant Lands is very
Gotta get
curious
that
to me.
VP lead.
Oh no.
Oh, that's just terrible. Terrible luck.
Yeah, we kind of knew that those cards were there. I mean, I guess we weren't paying attention, but
Probably the bottom 2 cards are like the junk.
yeah, the bottom 2 cards are junk, so I guess the playing that lookout was still correct.
That wouldn't have happened if they took lookout last turn.
Yeah,
Probably.
that I don't think that's a particularly fair assessment of that play. It's just oh well. Clean shuffles sometimes do that when they're not very nice to you. Oh, Courier. If Courier discards a
We
silver, it's kind of awkward against Highwaymen too.
like okay, he can set aside the mountain village with turtle. But probably want to play mountain village first for that reason. Unless you really wanted to turtle it. Which is reasonable.
Mm. Yeah, you probably do want to turtle it because you want to play the Courier again, right? And you want to pick it up from the discard. Lots of like fun discard synergies here. Unfortunately, this kingdom is just going to uh, like
This
we're
is
not gonna see a whole lot of
very
play out of this
one-sided.
kingdom because Minion Fun is just incredibly far ahead. Oh,
Can
why do
gain
we want
5.
2 coppers?
I guess just money.
Yeah,
Wants to hit
I mean,
6 here, maybe 5. Guess you really would like a gold at
yeah,
some point.
that's what I want. I wanted to trash like one of these forecast cards to a forge to be able to grab a gold. I guess that's not very optimal in the Kingdom without plus buy to trash your good
Now
cards.
he has the cage in hand, so we really want we really want to draw Forge, but he would
Yeah,
draw the whole deck, so
yeah, he does draw for whole
he's
deck, so
safe.
it's pretty safe. Yeah. I assume this means that Minionpawn is mostly ready to province,
Yeah,
and
no reason
Hakha's.
to build. I mean, you could distant land a bunch before that to get a VP lead, but that's probably just helping Haka,
Yeah, then you're
giving them
giving
more
Hakha
time.
time. Yeah, and like, why would you do that?
So
I guess
now,
this is kind of awkward because we don't have the silver. Uh, I
just estates
guess,
into Mountain Village,
yeah,
and
we can
then
forge the estates into Mountain Village and some number of coppers. And Jane
one
is
to
to just
still buy
two.
gold, and then, yeah. I mean, could have been 2 if you want to buy gold, right? Yeah.
Yeah,
But
I think you do want to buy gold anyway. Or did they miscount and they think that they could buy a province? That might have been it.
okay, more distant land.
That's very curious
Cool.
to me. Not the biggest fan of it.
No. Why? Why potion?
That sounds like a forecast card that does absolutely nothing. No,
You
is
don't
there?
want to spend your buy on a alchemist every turn, or not even one turn.
Yeah,
If you gain a gold and trash 3 coppers, that's so much draw that you don't have to get.
I I think Haka really needs another highwayman. Like they, I don't see how they're gonna keep on drawing deck this way.
2 is a pretty good number, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, sure. On ladder, there would be a lot of things that are pretty good. That is very true.
And then they forge it into province.
No, because they don't have forge. It's the trick. Alright. Anyway, how does Minionpawn actually hit province here? They they could forge themselves a copper out of the thin air.
Nah, just
But that's not a good idea.
wait a bit. Skip a turn, buy a gold, and then province from there would be great.
Yeah, they might keep on being on the distant lands plan, though. They can't
Yeah,
really
and
play
he's
a
not
village.
even
Yeah,
gaining BP with it because Haka's distant landing as well. While having time to clean up. So this is not over yet.
oh, Janos is pointing out that we can forge silver into highwayman into province, which is something that probably will come up.
Yeah, in the end game.
But definitely not,
On,
definitely not interested in doing that right now.
but pretty good on the last turn. If you still have enough coins to province.
Yeah, which if you buy a gold right now, you would.
Depends how much copper you then want to trash for it.
Yeah, I mean, I
But
assume.
it's also very likely that it's just forge province into province to pile out.
Yeah, that is a lot easier. Minionpawn does
And
keep on
another
going with
one.
the
So
distant lands route.
it's doing not all that much. What's happening with the distant lands are gone? Then you still have to gain that gold.
Well, Haka does miss 5 though.
Hmm.
It's very unfortunate.
Still 2 estates. Well, and still no forge. So yeah, he's quite ahead.
Yeah, I mean the distant lands. As long as Haka does not gain a forge, Minionpawn can do whatever they want, really. Uh, And distant lands do push the advantage in like if Haka misses distant lands at any point, then these distant lands do push the advantage in Minionpawn's favor.
Somewhat fun but risky play would be to only turtle the distant lands every turn, so they don't see the VP on your counter. And they have to remember. And then on the last turn,
I
you play them.
suppose, yeah, but they also see how many distant lands you've turtled, so.
Yeah, of course, but that's the mental games, mind games. So
Yeah, I would think that Haka is pretty capable of multiplying by 4.
but they would have to do that every turn.
Not really, actually.
So multiplying that by 4 and then adding it to the VP counter.
Yeah, but what if they don't do that every turn? What if they just do that when you're threatening to win?
And then they realize, oh, I can't keep up.
It actually works the opposite way, right? Because now this minion pawn score is quite intimidating for Haka, so they're more likely to resign because they're far behind. Does Haka even have enough money in their deck to province right now? Hmm.
Is that all his deck? 2 curious and 2
There
silvers.
is a card down there. Not exactly sure where that is.
Yay, Forge.
Oh, right. Haka might like maybe be in this game. Probably not, but
It's still 2 turns behind, but Minionpawn gets 2 comfy with the lead and like starts buying curses or potion.
I do think Minionpawn could probably buy a potion here and still be ahead.
Yeah, potion is a potential province with Forge.
I think with a curse, they're still ahead as well. So, yeah, I don't think there is that much threat for Minionpawn. They finally choose to buy a gold.
Mm-hmm.
Alright,
Now
so
with the Forge.
hopefully in the future we'll have uh, more payload. And they also turtled their
Hey,
courier.
turtle the distant lands.
Alright, a little sneaky. Haka has the count. Haka thinks they have the counting advantage on Minionpawn. They they still have a forge in the deck and probably not enough money to hit province still, right?
Forge and courier down there, so no lookout play. Wisely.
Yeah. They would really like to start drawing the forge.
Mm.
And actually, like, trash those estates, I think. Like, they are VP, which could be important here, but also not the biggest fan of. Why does what have a weird color? Turtle Distant Lands. Yeah, Distant Lands just has that color.
That's the same color it has every time.
Yeah. It's just the reserve victory card.
We are just not used to it having a blue art background. Looks kind of cool. The
Yeah, I
turtle and
like
the
it.
green yellowish.
Yeah.
Or
It's
green.
just a turtle that lives very far away too. That makes me want to like set the background that's in that tone actually. Uh, where is it? Is Trails artist is a background. All right, I like this one. It is a little bit of a similar color scheme, but not really. Yeah, I like the trail art as a background. The one from Maelstrom.
Which number background is that?
That is 11. Mine. I don't know about disease. I think
Okay.
this is trail, right? I. It reminded me of trail, anyways. Maelstrom is 22. All right, let's take a look at that. Oh no. No, that looks spooky to me. That's not calming at all. That is very action heavy, in fact.
I'm going with background 20. Whatever that is.
20. Which one is that? Huh. It is a bridge, but it does not look like any of the bridge cards that I know.
Gamble.
Really?
I've never looked at the gamble art.
Yeah, me
It's like,
neither.
oh, will I go over that bridge? It's a gamble to do it.
The, Gamble is literally my favorite card in all of Dominion, and I did not recognize it. I feel sad about that.
Okay, now we get to Hakha gets to play the forge.
Yeah, but
Probably.
do they want to play the Forge? Because they kind of need to province.
Forge courier estate, copper into gold, and buy a distant land.
That does sound like something they could do. I just, I guess if they're one highwayman in the deck, there really isn't that much use for. Like, it's really unlikely to draw the copper, so you really want to fin the copper. They can't really use it as payload particularly well.
Problem is that Minionpawn probably won't ever that.
You gotta hope that they do, though.
2
they,
highwaymans every turn and
yeah,
6 cards left in the draw.
yeah, they literally can't that right now. So it's slightly problematic for Haka.
Eventually with 5 provinces in the deck, but at that point.
Yeah, at that point it's probably all over. Especially that I think they should begin trashing the provinces already.
Guess, yeah.
I'm surprised that they chose to turtle this courier still. I could have.
No, this turn they just play distant lands and don't mill the province, I assume.
What is there? I mean, how important is it to not like? What am I trying to say? Why would you not mill the province here?
Only the last mill really matters.
Well,
And
if you start milling the provinces now, you have to put less provinces in your deck in order to win, and the game ends
I mean,
faster.
he's exactly at having as much draw as he has cards, so not playing the distant lands.
No,
They
yeah.
could do both.
Okay,
Oh,
they did choose to play the courier
okay.
after
He had
thinking a
the.
little bit.
Did he have something in the turtle? Oh, okay. He had the Korean turtle. Okay, that's where the extra action came from.
Yeah.
So why not both? Yeah.
Yeah. No, now it's the first turn when they don't necessarily draw their deck, but actually
Mm-hmm.
they do.
They do with Korea discard. Yeah. So next turn is the first turn where potentially the gold could be bottom decked, and then what's that?
That
Lookout is gone. Okay.
that was a lot of cards, but I don't. I guess none of them were particularly useful for Haka, so that actually sounds completely fine.
Oh, gold is actually bottom decked.
Oh, they could have drawn it if they just played the courier and played the
Can
highwayman
still
of the
play it.
courier,
Korea
and then
can play treasure.
yeah, but they could have played the courier to discard the gold, then play the highwayman with that
Oh,
courier,
for the
and
action,
then
yeah.
pull the mountain village, pull the gold
Mm-hmm.
with a mountain village, and that would have worked,
What a
right?
misplay. And also, oh, now the gold was highwayman.
Yeah,
So yeah, that was terrible.
yeah, they could have just like highwayman the copper
Lol
here.
order.
Yep. I
But
guess they can
salty
just
earth,
salt the
definitely.
province, and they have enough of a VP lead that it doesn't matter.
Is it time to unturtle the distant land? Yep.
Yeah, the game is ending. They have to just a little bit. All right, so what do you hope for here as Haka? It's just
Internet connection failure.
um, I I guess you just have to like try to forge. You can't even forge into a duchy effectively, right? Because
You,
you
yeah,
don't have.
forging the highwayman is like
You could do that, yes. It's
really.
not a very good idea, I think.
And now forging distant land into duchy also not worth it. But 4 more VP. Yeah, the numbers don't add up here to anything useful.
Yeah, and if you take the province, you
Hyperons will
always
somehow.
lose.
I don't know how, but no, it's not possible to go well there.
Like Minionpawn has 7 cards in their deck, so
Just
and they have
finding the forge and then buying salty earth is enough.
yeah, and they can always do it because they'll always draw at least one mountain village and one of mountain village courier, one of the yeah, so they can always draw their deck here. Haka chooses to buy a duchy to extend the game, I suppose, which is fair enough. And where they manage to turtle is the forge. Okay, so they could look for things that could happen uh, their way, I suppose.
This is like maybe the turn where Minionpawn forges Highwayman Silver into Province.
You can't buy a
No.
province if you do that, though.
Yeah, okay, that's bad. Then Forge Courier Mountain Village.
You still can't buy a province if you do
Ah,
that. Yeah. With this current hand, no. The last card I think is a copper.
I mean, I guess Highwayman into Duchy and buying provinces safe. And
Uh, yeah. Uh,
you will always just.
is it's
Oh,
just buying.
okay. Oh, or just buy a Duchy. Assault on province, okay.
Oh, you can sell. Okay,
Fine.
yeah, this is pretty safe, and we already see that Minionpawn's hand wins, and yeah, Hakha resigns.
Oops.
All right, 2-0 from Minionpawn.
Could probably have been a lot faster without all the distant lands shenanigans.
Yeah, but
With
Minionpawn was
Forge,
drawing the deck every turn, so it's not like it hurt them particularly
just
all that
costs a
much.
few turns for us.
Yeah. Oh, and
Oh,
we're gonna end up being hopefully not on the wrong side of the server reset.
reset.
Or was it not? Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Server did get reset on.
Why do
Which,
you reset the server stuff
uh,
always at this time?
okay. Looks like Minionpawn actually has a table. Alright. We're back with
Okay.
the third game of this match, and
Two 10-cost events.
yeah, populate can be very
Ooh.
powerful. This looks like a solid populate board. There
Mm-hmm.
is trashing with bishop, and that is even trashing for benefit, so you could trash all the cards that you don't really want from populate.
Like,
The villages are a little awkward though. The
you
only
won't
village
be
is
able to
Shanti.
trash all that with just bishop. Not that powerful of a treasure.
Mm, yeah.
Um,
So I
what's
don't.
cave dwellers do?
So
Oh, that's one of the most boring
yeah,
allies.
it's not very exciting. It does activate a swashbuckler though. That could
Yay.
be something. Yeah, the only draw cards, I guess. Okay, I guess Shanti is a draw card, but Swashbuckler and Siege are the only cards that you can kind of sort of rely on drawing cards. Prince, sure, Prince
Plenty
is draw, I
Princeing
suppose.
the sea chart. Then you play it at the worst possible time. The start of the turn.
And it doesn't even draw another Siege card because
Yeah,
Prince
this.
never lets it
I mean,
go
that
into
doesn't
play.
look like a game where you have any deck control at all.
Uh,
Probably just
yes.
Spice's money and charlatans mixed in.
Yeah, that does sound pretty
And then
great.
you alliance maybe if you somehow hit 10 or 9 with a covers.
Yeah, and one of them actually chose to open with a charlatan over Spice. Yeah, Haka chose to open with a charlatan. Meanwhile, Minionpawn took a duplicate. Minionpawn
Ooh.
took two duplicates in the open.
Oh, that's already a early populate. Maybe that's like the perfect moment for it.
Yeah, all of those cards look pretty good in the money deck, except for Prince, maybe.
Mm, but then maybe you line it up with something. The money deck with one bishop prince looks like very powerful here. Like how do you uh, keep up with the VP?
If you draw a Prince and a Bishop, do you Prince a Bishop?
Sure,
I guess
perfect.
it's 1 point a turn.
No, you can trash more powerful stuff like trash a duplicate, trash a rogue, trash
But you
or
kind of.
game can't be laggy. That's why we restarted servers.
And I don't see the animations being particularly slow either.
What animations?
I use animations. I like when cards move.
I guess I have Swift animations on too.
Yeah, there you go. No, there is our opportunity.
Woo! Sea Charge or Bishop.
Cetard's never gonna draw a card
Well,
of
it's
its
always gonna
effect.
draw one card that's like
Yes.
giving you 3 cards in an action, and every swashbuckler is like able to draw.
Yeah, they did choose to set aside the
Seems
Cetard.
like the best option, yeah. But if you don't collide them, Bishop's fine too.
Ooh, that is excellent actually to reveal the Shanti, because we can draw it
Yeah,
and play both of those terminal actions.
very good. And now we also gain
Oh,
covers. Woo!
yeah. Oh, a treasure chest is actually pretty good on this board.
Uh, and you also kind of easily get it with spices.
Yeah.
And another
Oh.
thing, if you were princing the bishop, oh, we buy another prince. Wow. then
That
you
is
then you
not what I
could
expected.
trash his spices and rogue it back for extra coffers.
Yeah, and that is what Haka did, although probably not very intentionally.
What? He did trash it?
He
Oh, he didn't bishop anything.
he didn't bishop the spices, but he trashed the spices just from
Okay.
Minionpawn's deck.
Oh, but, okay, he hasn't gained it back yet. But now, okay, fine.
Yeah, now they get
Second
it back.
prince. I mean, he tasted the. He had a taste of it colliding perfectly, and now you want it again.
There are enough
Addicting.
actions in Haka's deck.
This is like a decent alliance.
To worry.
Maybe just province or just spices.
Yeah, Minionpawn has a bunch of duplicates in their
Whoa,
deck
and
now.
13 coffers for Minionpawn. What? How did he
Uh,
get those?
they just opened double duplicate and then they took a lot of
Okay, yeah,
spices.
duplicated.
Yeah.
So I have
Populate.
no clue at all who's
All right,
in the lead here.
Haka has
Minion.
ambitions to draw deck this game clearly.
Nah, he won't draw deck, but he wants to have at least some big turns. Here we go. Another good prince.
No, yeah, the princes just are just going to hit apparently.
Sweet.
The land of prince bishops. Oh, I guess yeah, we did want to play that duplicate. Fine. Okay, Haka is going to have some really big turns here.
So just the province. Okay. So those coffers are going to be gone soon. It's easy to catch up with bishop.
Yeah, and Haka has two of those. Do you discard 3 cards here to activate Squashy? Probably, right? What wouldn't work, Genials?
It just wouldn't work.
Something wouldn't work, clearly.
Yeah,
Oh,
just
and
going
Haka
to.
is stealing more spices. Discarding 3. Alright.
Another populate or finally something like alliance or prince.
If we populate again, we're
Prince
just
Wash, right?
running
Prince Washy.
into problems with piles, right? Because underlings might run, and curses might run.
Yeah, you gotta. I mean, alliance is the best points play. I like it.
Yeah, I
And
like
then
Alliance. I don't think these treasures are particularly bad in our deck.
no, and
We could also populate again, that sounds fun.
nah. Okay, great alliance.
Oh, and
Alliance
we
is
could.
province duchy with more Money.
Yeah, it's the greatest deal. You pay 10 and you get I can't count that well. 24 coins worth of
Nine.
cards.
Woo!
Such a
With
steal.
an average cost of 4.5.
4, I think. Yeah, 4.
24
Oh yeah. 24 divided by 6 is indeed
divided by
4.
6 is 4. It's,
Yeah.
it's like
Like 6 getting 6 for 4
perfect.
cost cards for 10, that sounds like a great deal.
Also, like these base cards were designed in the first Dominion set, and Alliance came out 13 years later, and then still works out like this well, with an average cost of exactly 4.
Haka is just throwing VP into the
Desperation
deck.
Duchy. Oh no, that's actually decent.
Yeah, no,
Um,
that's 3 duchies.
yeah.
It does mean that the Minionpawn has called all other duplicates, which
Hmm.
yeah, doesn't look that great.
Duchies is the best thing to gain with it at this point. Could have also done Alliance with the duplicate thing, get more VP,
Yeah,
but
I'm just
at the cost
surprised
of a
that
lot of
they
cost.
chose to put those duchies into their shuffle. Is
Oh,
there afraid that Haka might just end the game here?
yeah. Or he
Sure.
wants to play the duplicates again.
Uh, sure.
Seems like the reasonable thinking line. Okay, now we did the thing. Gains the spices. Did, and did he trash the spices before?
oh no, poor prince.
Whew, 5 VP.
No, that prince
Great.
has had so much potential. Like I think Haka just like played these cards in the wrong order mistakenly, and then felt too ashamed to ask for an undo.
Yeah, why would you bishop the prince if you could prince the bishop?
Exactly.
Blasphemy.
I assume Haka will ask for a very good hand here, and they should probably get it because they have a lot of favors. Mm,
That was a really fun way to play the kingdom. More
yeah,
fun than just like Spices Alliance.
yeah, it looks like it's working out too. Uh, I love to see that. I love to see the most fun way to play the kingdom work out.
He had some decent draws early, I think, but still pretty good.
Oh, you could
On
have.
the other hand, I probably prefer to play just Spices without duplicate and then Alliance.
Uh,
Hmm.
yeah, it is. It's not that late into the game, but Spice's money can end the games rather quickly. Granted, all of these
Probably still
spices that
losing against what?
Minionpawn
Hmm.
is getting are getting destroyed.
Yeah, Bishop the Spices as well. Not like Minionpawn has Rogue.
Yeah, might as well. More points. And we could populate again. We need, our bishops need more food. Uh, and we should probably alliance.
Yeah, this is. Ooh, this is over.
Very over. Oh no. It's the end, but I guess Minionpawn just resigned because Haka's 22 points ahead.
Haka could have thrown the whole hand away with
Yeah.
5 favors.
I like what Haka did there. Ooh.
Chapel Tomb. Beggar Chapel Tomb.
Oh, That is a very cute combo. I really like it. You do have to play two terminal actions, but playing terminal actions here is not the biggest concern with free villages in the kingdom.
What's the golden deck? 2 chapels, 2 border villages, and 2 beggars or something.
If you have four beggars and three chapels, you can gain 12 points a turn. Yeah, I do think it looks pretty good. Like that.
Or you could as well use a scepter for the second and third beggar. If
Oh
you
yeah.
don't want all these actions.
Well,
Slow
you
ship.
can't use scepters for beggars, but you can use scepters for chapels. Because you do have to play the chapel after. Oh, well, you can use scepters for both beggars and chapels, I
Yeah,
guess.
yeah. Only for the second. Mm. Okay, no, you can't use scepter for beggar if you don't have another scepter for
Yeah.
chapel. So yeah, it has to be mostly chapel. Reckless workshop.
Oh, that's exciting. That gains a lot of cards. That is
It's
just
like
better than the regular workshop because you could workshop a workshop and workshop something else. But I guess it can't auto pile because it comes back to the pile at the when you discard it from play.
that's
So
engineer,
yeah,
but better.
no, well
Oh
it
no,
doesn't.
you don't have the option to keep it, but why would you if you can gain it back?
Well, it doesn't
Then
have
you
the +1 VP, which is
what?
actually like it doesn't have the tomb VP. If you choose
Is,
to remove it from your deck.
oh, from Tomb, 1 VP.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright, so I guess we're gonna see coppers pile out in this kingdom.
If they go for that.
Although both of our players skipped chapel.
Hmm. Somewhat
I am
weird.
perplexed by this choice to skip chapel.
Skipping chapel on a tomb board, even.
Yeah, I want
Did
to
they want
trash
to?
all of these cards.
Did they want to hit the early 6 for border village?
I
Doesn't seem like
suppose, but
that great of
Minionpawn
a border
opened Church
village.
Workshop, so how are we hitting 6?
Well, churching 3 coppers. Church alone hit 6.
What's the find of Border Village? Great question.
It's a 3 village for just 1 money extra. And then you gain longship with it, which is another village. And it draws.
Yes, I play my village, then I play my village, then I play my village, and then I have 0 money left. Or no, and then I draw 3 coppers, and then I buy another village. Oh, hey, Haka trusts the card.
Someone gained a chapel.
Yeah, all right. I think that person is gonna win, whoever that is. I'll even see who that is. Where is it?
Well, I mean, at some
Oh,
point,
it's
both
Minionpawn.
should get a chapel.
I don't see a chapel in Haka.
Hmm.
Haka did hit Border Village though.
And longship, just as I said. Now he has 3 actions this turn. And
Oh,
nothing to do with it.
oh, they're prioritizing C charts because the C charts draw cards. Maybe,
Eventually,
but
may.
but they're like after I said that, I realized that this was the first C chart that was gained. So I don't think they're prioritizing them that highly.
now gain and play something.
Sure, we
Could it
could
work?
even gain and play another mountain village and another workshop, and then
Or
we
a
can.
beggar. Oh,
No, but we can gain and play a mountain village and a
it's like
workshop,
a
and then do
free
that
mountain village, right?
again,
Yeah.
right? No, we can't do that
No,
again
just
because we
once,
don't
but
have
it's a
draw.
free mountain village, but then you can't pick up whatever else
Whatever.
you do here. So it's not that free. You can't gain the beggar too early, just when you're ready to go. So they can't catch up.
I guess Minionpawn will go for a lot of features. That's a lot of workshops for that card being reckless in the decks.
I mean, they return workshops.
Yeah, that's
Chapel, turn 7. And if they win, that's like one of those rare stats moment where the player who gained Chapel turn 7 first won.
yeah.
When does that ever happen?
Maybe they just secretly agreed to mess up the stats. That's
Not
why
that
they're doing.
stats work at the moment, I think.
Alright, the log parsing does not work indeed.
But maybe eventually.
Maybe they didn't know that.
Maybe at some point stats will be implemented in the client.
That'd be great.
But that's probably too much work.
That sounds like a lot of work indeed. I saw someone like ask in the Discord recently, or maybe it was a little bit back, how to fix the log parsing issue with stats. Uh, huh. Being an airline pilot sounds really cool. Actually, no, being an airline pilot doesn't sound really cool. Being a pilot sounds really cool, but an airline, not so much. Sounds like a lot of responsibility. But it's good for you, Donald X.
Dominion airplanes confirmed.
I.
Sky cards.
That sounds. I don't know how Dominion airplanes would look like. I I don't think people thought that much about flying in the medieval ages, right? I'm not a playtester. I can say whatever I want because I don't know anything. All right,
Or it's Dominion wingspan. Woo.
all right. We have overdraw. It's time, Minionpawn. It's time to
It
gain the
is
beggar.
time. Beggars at the chapel is probably somewhat thematic.
Yeah, I wonder if that was one of the themes of Dominion where at the start. It's the base cards actually do seem very thematic altogether.
I mean, like, the first 6-ish expansions have been designed at the same time and then just split up into expansions. So,
Oh, was base design with them or?
yeah.
Oh, cool.
And then Donald, like, thought about which ones would fit into the base game. Then he picked Chancellor and Woodcutter. Adventurer.
Like, Minionpawn is gaining a lot of workshops and a lot of mountain villages, and I don't see what the plan is with those.
The later expansions are more balanced because we, uh, as
We
the community, figured out which cards are
yeah,
pretty bad.
we learned how the game works from
and
playing it. A lot more than just designing it
and
in the vacuum. And yeah, we learned that Beggar is not a very good card. And we learned that trashing is very, very good. And all that.
because they all were designed when Dominion wasn't even released.
Yeah.
So a lot less playtesting was done.
All right.
How are you talking to a disembodied voice?
All right. We have a Beggar officially. And also, I guess Minionpawn is only one chapel play
That's a
ahead.
nice moneyless deck.
Yeah.
The only
Minionpawn needs money when you
money comes
can
from.
do all the things anyway. Meanwhile, Hakha's deck is not getting there. Yeah, I would be worried about losing the copper split too. And I somehow don't think we're gonna come to that moment because Hakka's deck is just not doing that much.
Looks like Haka needs some help with deck building and populate to just gain one of everything.
Yeah, it turns out that adding
Probably
Chapel on turn 7 to your deck is not that great.
populate would be pretty great here.
Yeah, Populate would be awesome.
If you somehow hit 10.
If you put enough beggars in your deck, you could hit 10. Alright. We can gain a lot. This is actually quite a cute interaction with a reckless workshop where you can just multiply your gains if you just have enough actions and draw.
Right. But you can't use it to pile out. At least not the workshops.
Yeah, not the workshops. You can use it to pile out other things. Like beggars and chapels. Minionpawn did play the sea chart split. So, yeah. That does seem pretty important here. Oh, wait, did they? No, they only. Okay, they did, but not as convincingly as Hakka's last turn would suggest. Hakka does still have 4 sea charts. Like, Minionpawn is clicking a lot of buttons, but I'm not sure that these buttons lead anywhere.
He has to step up the beggar game. Okay, there we go.
Yeah. And yeah, this Necropolis is not very good because it does cost
Necro's terrible, yeah.
yeah, it does cost
A
draw.
straw isn't able to be drawn by sea chart. Just bad.
And Hakka resigns. I guess they were behind on points, enough to the point where they felt like they were lost. Fair enough. There was a lot of the game to still be played, but it was mostly on the way to pile coppers, probably.
But why didn't he resign the second game then? With the distant lands.
Uh, not sure.
That's like one where you can't mess up even. Uh,
Mm, yeah. Alright. Yeah, they are both on the 6-3 or 3-3 side of the split with Puka. And let's talk about what's going on here. We have a village in Swamp Shack. We have draws in Catacombs, Puka, and Minion. Pirate can be drawish? No, that doesn't work, right? Anyway, rope trashes and Puka trashes. So I probably want to play with rope. I want to play with a lot of ropes. And so that means I don't want to play with minion. So that means I probably want to play with like village, catacomb sort
Rope,
of
Swamp
draw.
Shack works.
And also I want to play with peddler, and I probably want to inherit swamp shacks. Or would I rather inherit sage? I think swamp shack is still better because sage is just bad.
Yeah, sure. Man, I haven't played with Inheritance since like the ban list came out.
I don't think I actually ban more than one landmark. Yeah, I only ban wall. I don't ban any other. No, landscape. Landscape. Yes, that's their name. The inheritance can be pretty frustrating, so I definitely understand. What's going on in the spec chat?
Q&A with Donald X.
Alright. I think. Let me put it this way: inheritance is like a really, really cool effect. It just turns out that implementation of it is like it's a
Man, Inheritance in Empires with a debt cost would have been perfect. But
oh yeah, that would be cool. It would be so powerful though.
yeah, but at least it wouldn't have been that swingy.
Yeah, I mean maybe if it costed like 5 and 5 dead or something, or like
No, just 15 debt or I don't know.
oh I guess
Or
you could just put
14.
that large dead number on it. That would be interesting too. Yeah.
With 5, it's still like the 5-2 open that gets the
No, yeah, okay, 5.
good
Okay, with 5
inheritance.
it's terrible. What did I just
And with
do?
6, you are almost at 7 again. So
Yeah. Yeah, okay, maybe it just needs to cost not a lot in terms of regular money and a lot of that. That would make it a little bit more feasible, but no, well, it is what it is now. No. Wow. Minionpawn just buys an estate that wasn't inherited yet, but I assume they knew that their next hand would have hit 7. You know, Hakha inherited Swamp Shacks, which does work, but it is very slow. I
we'll
guess.
eventually pick up speed with ropes. Maybe peddlers, maybe minions.
Oh, you could inherit Peddler if you have enough actions in play, right? That does
Mm.
work. That's cool.
But they both go with Swamp Shacks, and then we will see a few very sad turns, I guess. But
Yeah.
this one actually works out.
Wait,
With
Hakha
the
has a
2
gold in
ropes.
their deck? How did that
Yeah,
happen?
from the pirate, right?
Uh, Still, how did that? I think I would have preferred to just have ropes, right?
Maybe they needed it for the inheritance.
All right, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense.
Yep, that's what happened. Would you still pick up a puka?
Hmm. It's probably pretty good when we are not concerned about terminal space. I have a bunch of copper. Yeah, sure.
Or maybe no, just catacombs, I guess. Might be better at
I,
some point.
I don't mind one puka. It draws cards, right? Like, if you trash a rope, like if you trash a rope, it's fine. Like, you're not happy about it, but it's fine. Minionpawn has a lot more ropes than Hakha. In fact,
Okay,
Hakha does not
catacombs
have a
here.
single rope.
Or is it just 4 peddlers?
Uh,
3 peddlers and
I
a
think
rope?
it's three peddlers and
Okay.
a rope. Yeah, I think I just want
I
as
mean,
many ropes as I can get in here.
not sure if that's like right. Could have maybe catacombs been better or 2 estates. The ropes helped a bit with Swarm Shack, but
They,
imagine having a catacombs in the starting hand.
but they don't only help a bit. They help a lot, right? Because you have a lot of swamp shacks in the deck.
I mean, on the first turn, they help on the turn where they are in play, and they don't help at all the turn you draw them,
That is true.
except
They
for being a plus buy,
yeah
which
they
is
help
great
with
with Peddler.
yeah they help with peddlers on the turn you draw them. They help with one of your good cards.
So this turn is great.
Yeah. This game's looking over.
Hmm.
Minionpawn's got this on lock.
6 ropes to 1.
One.
Ouch.
Do you buy two more ropes here? I think I would. Just like, Haka can never do anything with two ropes, basically.
Yeah.
So
Piles are low too.
plays a cursed gold. Oh, I guess okay, we want
3
three
ropes.
ropes.
3 ropes and a peddler.
Sure, that also sounds good.
Or 2 estates, 2 ropes. Or not at all, and any more ropes and just catacomb or a potion. Oh,
The
there we go.
potion, the like the vineyard is not actually worth a lot because we have a
The
lot of
estates don't
ropes and a lot of
count,
estates. Yes.
or do the estates count for vineyard?
No, they don't. I believe because it is worth one per free action
Only
cards and
during your turns. Yeah,
yeah,
and
inheritance is only during your turns. So I
so
don't think this potion is correct. Yeah, Charlatan of course counts for keep because Charlatan reads this game,
mm-hmm.
not during your turns.
Yeah. So vineyard, not the best source of VP, but it's some VP that's not that expensive.
Yeah, it's pretty easily accessible.
How
And
much is it
Minion Fun,
actually worth?
yeah,
2 or 3 at this point.
Minion Fun is gonna have a lot of peddlers. Well, that's up to Haka DZ, really, on when they want to get out of this one. I did Haka just like not try to get ropes early on? Oh wait, they have two sages, right? I don't think Minionpawn has a single sage. No, Minionpawn has a sage.
Hmm.
Oh, they bought a Swamp Shax really early. That's what happened. Instead of a rope. That doesn't seem right.
Mm,
And then they had
ouch.
some disaster kind of draw when
Why?
they didn't get to
Which turn did they draw by Swamp Shack?
free.
Uh,
Yeah,
oops.
not a
That
fan of
must have
that.
been a misclick.
Surely, the Swamp Shacks and the rope are next to each other.
No. It's probably not the only reason. Might have also been in the shuffles, but
Yeah, but
not helping.
let's. Yeah. I definitely like looking for reasons that I lost that are different than shuffles because you could say that you lost to shuffles every time, but that's not gonna make you have fun with the game. Oh yes, the 2VP vineyard. So lovely.
At this point, he realizes that estates don't count.
Yeah. Would it
But
be
count counts.
what counts?
Count.
It does indeed count, yes.
If it was.
Grave robber, that are they are they trying to trash their estates actually into actions? What is
What's
that
in the
grave robber
trash?
all about?
Nothing. I mean, Grave Robber can gain provinces, can end the game with catacombs into something plus something. I don't know.
So why did Haka just not react their pirate? Oh, okay, they did just react their pirate. Never mind.
No, you don't even have the catacombs. Okay, so
Okay,
Grave Robber
well,
the
this is winning.
Sage into rope.
Yeah,
Not even needed.
I mean, you do just have 5 buys and enough money to buy one rope. Yeah. Right,
Okay.
and that is game.
Well played.
Yeah. Minionpawn has won more games in this match than Tracer and McZenock in their matches against Haka combined.
Okay,
So
how was the score there?
Haka beat Tracer 5-1, and they beat McZenock 4-2.
And now it's 4-1.
Now I think it's 4-1 Minionpawn,
Mm,
or maybe it's 3-1. I don't
mm,
actually know.
probably
4-1. Thanks, Strumpf.
So Haka has some buffer to get through
Yeah.
to not demote. No, I'm not playing League at this point. But maybe later.
It'd be
I was
really
thinking about it, but not with championship at the same time.
It'd be really fun to have to see Minionpawn actually make a run from immediately from C into winning the league. As I did play against Minionpawn 2 seasons ago. I got crushed, but I did play against them in the same division.
Okay, we got a druid open on
Um,
a 3 coin open. Druid has sun, sea, and earth.
yeah, I assume Earth is the reason they won it. Also, Sun. Actually, Sun is pretty good here with Village Green.
PS Village Green, nice. And Quarry is also all very nice with the plus buy from Druid.
Yeah. Oh, and Druid is the only plus buy. Neither of them chooses to play with the University, which is probably fair enough because Druid just does
Yeah,
what
Druid
University does, but
Quarry.
better.
And then there's City Quarter, which can't be gained. don't even think you need city quarter here. Probably just hunting party stack.
You kind of. Oh wait, you have a village effect with village green, right?
Hmm. Look,
Um,
it's nice if you have one village green in hand and play the hunting party. Discard all the other village greens.
yeah. Uh, if you
Free
discard
draw.
all of your deck while doing that, though, you will only be able to activate one village green, unless you next turn the other ones.
Yeah.
You will only be able to activate one village green for this turn, though.
Dang it.
Mm. Carpenter. Oh, that does seem quite interesting, but I think there are better workshop effects between druid and ball here. Yeah, being able to ball for hunting parties sounds quite interesting here to me as
Just
well.
gain village green again. Hmm.
Yeah,
That could have been the second. Oh, you actually trashed both estates. That was great.
yeah.
Was somehow just seeing one estate there in hand. Okay.
Yeah, I do like trashing estates rather at basically any possible occasion here if we're gaining a forecast card. So these village greens,
Minionpawn is already out of estates, so
yeah.
very clean. Hmm. Thinking about drawing next turn.
I think I'd much rather draw this turn. There is a chance that we draw a quarry, and even if we
What's
don't,
the worst case? I don't think. Probably worst case is estate. And then you could trash the estate at least.
yeah, which is not ideal, but uh, it is something. And the best case is probably hunting party actually.
Yeah, hunting party and then whatever that draws.
Yeah.
Okay, so it goes for the next. Druid would have been another interesting case.
Yeah, I guess they have a lot of terminals with at least two druids, or do they?
Okay, now Haka needs to top deck hunting party, great. And then draw the quarry, and
Perfect.
that's
Yes.
nice.
Uh
Draw quarry and carpenter.
oh,
Oh,
they'll choose to
game in
play the
play.
druid first, which I do like because in case they draw the quarry from the
Well,
first
he
draw.
wasn't able to shuffle it because he. No, it wouldn't have happened anyway. Okay. But hey, one coin.
That's very
Just
sad.
skip. Don't think you need the third druid yet.
Yeah. I wonder if you would want a second quarry actually. Probably not because it doesn't get drawn particularly well. When CQ?
Well,
Possibly
not now.
never.
Yeah, it's like very hard to pay off, and quarry is useless while you do it. If at some point you generate a lot of coins, then you probably don't need it anymore. Oh,
Well,
there
Haka
we
said that
go.
the CQ is gonna be now, and
Haka says no.
they
But
immediately
he
get
has a
rewarded
good,
for it.
yeah,
Yeah.
a good opening hand for it.
Oh, no village greens from Minionpawn. I guess there was only one
Hmm.
there.
Has another chance.
And it's not only a chance, it's a guarantee if they want it.
And then you can order it so that you draw carpenter from it.
Mm, can you do that?
Yeah. Or no, maybe not.
This is rather difficult because,
That's not how it works. But
yeah,
you get a 50-50 shot if you discard carpenter here.
yeah. Yeah, you can indeed gain a lot of cards without money, but gaining the cards with money is better because we have a lot of plus buy and a lot of quarry.
And then
So
you can ball for a lot of cards.
yeah,
1 quarry and 5 coins gives you,
two hunting
okay,
parties.
2 hunting parties, which, okay, at that point you only need to buy another coin for 2 the regular way. But you can gain crypts with 5 coins. Not that you need it here.
Yeah.
Okay, this might also just pile out very fast.
Carpenters are a little awkward to pile out. Just because they turn into a remodel in the middle of trying to pile out. Or your opponent can turn them into a remodel earlier than that.
But if you drew it, Earth's Gift for a 4 and then ball for 2 more, that's 3 cards already with 1 play. I don't know what I'm talking about.
I wasn't following, I'm sorry.
How do you build up economy here? It's like
seems really difficult.
you don't want to buy silvers, golds, giant.
You could gain a lot
Maybe
of giants. I
that's
guess you have to bowl for them, which is
somehow
difficult.
giant could help the opponent if it discards village green.
It could also help you. Wait, no. Trash is difficult from just. Never mind. I can't trash the city quarter. Yeah. Okay. Only Hakha has a city quarter. I'm not sure that Minionpawn is ever gaining one. Actually, does Minionpawn have any draw in their deck? Because Druid discarding village green, but that's not
Yeah,
very
that's like
consistent.
probably should consider just buying some draw at this point.
Yeah,
Oh, there we go.
they do have a hard time hitting the
That
draw,
was
right?
like a better lap.
Yeah.
2 cards, 4 actions, 2 buys, and 1 buy.
That was a lot better than a lab, in fact. But still, Minionpawn has like a really hard time hitting any price point that lets them buy draw cards.
Haka has the same problem with the price points with all the steps.
Yeah, but at least he bought
He
one
just
hunting party, which is very helpful, and one city quarter. I think I really want to hit 5 here as in Minionpawn's position for to be able to bowl for hunting parties. I haven't been following what the bottom 2 cards are in Minionpawn's deck, but they're either druids or economy, right? So there's always a way for them to hit 5 if they want it. It's the only cards that Minionpawn has in their deck. Is
yeah,
one carpenter,
copper, village green.
village greens, and druids, and one quarry. Even if these are 2 druids, this still hits 5. And I think you want to take away Carpenter from Hakha, or Carpenter's Ironworks from Hakha here on getting that village green, probably too. Which is where I'm just inclined to Carpenter for it. And they choose to do that. They don't choose to get a draw card, which is very interesting to me. Is that only lets them hit free here?
But at least he trashes.
I suppose trashing a copper is like gaining a lab.
Not if copper is the best economy in your deck. I mean, if you have that copper or skip it with Hunting Party, it's not that big of a deal.
Yeah.
But the last village green opens up Carpenter plays. Ooh.
Okay.
Interesting. With all the actions, I guess he can just cantrip the druids for Market Square in 2 cards.
I still want to see.
They're a 3rd tier on Carpenter with 2 piles empty.
Unfortunately not. What's the advantage of having that many druids? Having plus buy. Just like Market Square is not too bad in the deck, I would think.
If he somehow gains 1 more quarry and draws deck with it, that's an pile out on Carpenters.
Yeah, and it's not that difficult to gain 1 more quarry with the druids having Earth's Gift.
Just needs to draw now.
Yeah, drawing deck is the difficult part here, for sure.
City Quarter might do it, but you still have to get through the 8 debt.
Yeah, that's difficult. Hakha has mostly gotten rid of their debt. But they don't really
We are
have...
only in turn 7, by the way. So.
Oh.
And he only had 1 turn to pay off the debt. Like, yeah. So turn 5 he bought the City Quarter, now it's turn 7.
Yeah, I did not notice. Why was this kingdom so fast? I guess it's just Pious. Oh, and Baker Token allowing them to bowl for a Pious card and a Quarry. Yeah, okay, that does come together.
And Minionpawn is somewhat greedy on the piles. Sacrificing his draw. Maybe it works out.
They did trash a lot of copper, right? Trash.
What, there were 4 coppers in the trash.
Minionpawn trashed 3 of them. No one wanted Uni? Well, it is turn 7, so they would play Uni probably at most 2 times, and Druid kind of does the same thing as Uni, except for it gives plus buy in this kingdom. Why aren't they playing Giant?
They haven't hit 5 all that often.
Yeah, I'm not sure that I've seen anyone play Giant in the recent month of playing the minion. So, as I was personally looking at the kingdom, I did not register that Giant was in it.
I mean, Giant is the best action payload if you look for coins. But the game is probably over before it matters how many coins you generate.
Yeah. Carpenters could technically autopile, but you really do need enough actions and copper and... Okay, it can't.
What?
You could remodel the cop... Oh wait, no, that doesn't...
If you have a quarry in play, or
Yeah, if you have a quarry in play, I just kind of forget that you can't have a quarry in play before you play a carpenter.
it's like gold, but also terminal. It gets reduced by quarry, so it's a lot cheaper. And you can play one and then hunting party for the next one without skipping it, in, which isn't possible with gold.
Yeah, Giant is a better card than Gold in this kingdom, that's for sure. This Unfortunately for Giant, there are 8 other cards in this kingdom that you have to consider. Excuse me.
But Giant is also better than Crypt and better than University.
Well, that's why I said 8.
Well, that's only 7 left.
Yeah, I guess it is only 7 left. Of course, it doesn't look better than Crypt to you, J Nails. How many druids did Haka end up getting?
2, I think.
Oh, that is very sad. How
Not a
do you
lot of
play this
druids.
kingdom with only 3 buys?
Go heavy Giant.
I guess so. No, Haka has at least 3. Probably exactly 3. Yeah, Haka has exactly 3, in fact.
Uh-huh. Ooh, gets to buy a thing.
It's incredible.
It's still only turn 7. Like, what took him so long, so long to play that turn? In the end, all we did was buying a hunting party, putting 2 village queens into play. I mean,
Did
this turn
we?
doesn't seem like it had to take that long.
No, we Arv skipped for a silver as well. It sort of makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
And oh
Yeah, he
no,
needed that.
Minion
Okay.
spawn druid completely missed. It's very
What?
sad.
He has all the village queens in hand. Oh.
Oh no.
At least some deck inspection. And there we go.
Alright, there, at
Combo.
least Sonic Party doesn't miss.
There isn't any more village greens in the deck, so just play them for a card.
So, I guess Minionpawn could have won on this turn with a better draw. I don't think he could win here.
With like the perfect druid revealing 4 village greens.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Or, like, if they just get more draw, because what they needed to do is to Earthskit for a quarry and then play all their druids, right? And then they have exactly 5 coins, so they can bowl once and then they can buy all the carpenters.
And needs to get 1 VP somehow.
That's why you're bowling once for an estate, right? That would work, I think.
Could also Earth gift a lot more. Because what would you need the coins for?
You don't, right?
Depends how much draw you did get before.
Yeah, you don't. You're completely correct. Unfortunately, I don't think that's gonna be an option for Minionpawn. which is kind of problematic for them actually, because Haka is going to hit a victory point price point here. Um, yeah, he's going to green on the next turn is what I'm trying to say.
Is he
As
though?
he's drawing two cards. I'm just going to assume that Haka's deck is good enough to have a turn.
I mean,
Despite
if Minionpawn prepares the deck well enough, he can easily carpenter something into Dachi.
yeah, but I think Haka has 8 or coins in their deck, so you do actually have to deal with
Yeah, but
like them gaining a
Haka won't
province.
Haka won't draw the deck here.
They have 2 village greens in play. They
Yeah, but
could.
what is this? What is the draw? Two hunting parties. The city quarter looks sad with that opening hand.
They're just hunting party discarding some village greens is what it takes, right? Or just even drawing the hunting party,
He
honestly.
has 4 village greens in the deck, and 2 of these are in play.
And even like drawing the hunting party, and hunting party draws 2 actions, and the other hunting party also draws 2 actions, and one of the actions is city quarter, and then you draw +3, and
Yeah, that
you're
won't
drawing.
happen.
Or you can draw a hand like this, I suppose. uh, that still,
Okay.
actually, that still works.
Yeah, just not that great.
Yeah, you discard the village green and the copper, you put the hunting party in front of the druid. Oh, there it is.
Hmm. Draws 2 cards.
Mm,
Do
if
you play it
we,
just now because the hunting party probably will draw a treasure?
yeah, it is prob. Oh, it could hit a village green, I suppose, but yeah, more likely than not is this was what is gonna happen. Yeah. They may not get any of the gain and play stuff that they were looking to do this turn to work, or set aside as many village greens as they wanted. But they have a honey party on top, right? So that hmm, they might have to draw it if they want to province here, which I would really want to province here, because I don't feel safe with the way Minionpawn's deck is looking like.
Did Minionpawn buy an estate? Gained an estate at the end.
It seems difficult.
But hmm,
If they play a bunch of druids for Earth's
I wonder
Gift,
how Province is ever saving him in the long term.
well, it does protect against the Carpenter pileout at least.
Yeah, for the next turn, but Minionpawn can also just build up a good deck.
It is a little hard for Minionpawn to build up a good deck, right? Because they can't play the quarry before the druids. So it like they could still gain and so it's like a little hard for them to like put honey parties in their deck
Yeah, can gain
on
silvers and
takers.
buy Province.
But true, but they don't have a lot of draw. So like I'm not sure how practically feasible is it for Minionpawn to like actually build
And
up the deck in
hunting
a turn.
parties emptying helps the one in the lead.
You know, I just don't see anything other than a province here than Haka could do to keep him safe. Didn't Minionpawn improve their deck the last turn? I guess they really didn't. Not that much.
Oh, there we go.
Alright, they do want to top deck the Hunting Party.
Ich wusste ja, was ich ziehe, also. Sorry. I knew what I was drawing. Of course I knew it. That wasn't new information.
I mean, I ask for these
That's
undos
why
all
I
the
undo
time,
the village wishing wells every time. I knew my deck. I knew what the last card was. I just misclicked.
Yeah, I did the I did that against one of my friends in C when I was playing, where I said
Yeah, you
I
know, either allow me the undo or I have to read the
no
lock.
what what happened is I there was a farming village and there were night cards in the kingdom. And while I was drawing my deck, I discarded the farming village of the night card, and then I tried to play a farming village to draw it.
Oops.
Whoops. And then I asked for the undo with the explanation of and they
I
were
didn't
like,
know what I was doing.
yeah. And then they asked if it matters, and I said, yeah, it probably matters, but you probably
if
like
it
me enough
if
to
it
let me
wouldn't
undo
matter,
anyway. And then they denied me, and I felt really heartbroken at that moment.
if it wouldn't matter, why would I have asked?
Yeah. And it turned out that it didn't matter. I just didn't want to bother figuring out if it did or not.
That's the best.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Just want
Anyways,
to have the optimal play in my lock.
mostly I just wanted to play it the way I had it in my head, and then without bothering to find a different way. Anyways, so Minionpawn does have to, like, if they want to pile out this turn, they have to seek for a way to pile out estates. It seems a little difficult, if not impossible.
Hmm.
And if they don't, I don't think you can win from here.
Yeah, maybe Hakha isn't in that bad of a spot.
Yeah, I think I like Haka's spot quite a lot because I
But
don't see how.
eventually Hakha will dot.
Uh,
He
maybe.
has so many copper still. City Quarter might can't have village greens in play every turn.
Yeah, but like I'm not seeing how Minionpawn improves their deck efficiently here.
Mm.
Yeah, I see a bunch of very inefficient ways to do this, but of course, but I don't see how this plan to add a bunch of honey. Also, adding a bunch of honey parties is very risky, and in fact,
Yeah,
if Haka hits 15, they can end the game.
probably needs to gain a few silvers here.
Yeah, I'm actually willing to go as far as to say that Haka is favored from here.
If he doesn't dot.
Oh. Well, seeing this starting hand.
Yeah, the starting hand looks very good.
Earthskin for silver is very sad times indeed.
But the game could also go on for a few turns and both like just heavy green here.
Yeah, then Haka
And
will
the decks
dot.
might fall apart. Okay, so now we have the deck in the hand. Carpenter could trash village green into gold. which next turn could become a province, and this turn is at least a gold. That seems decent.
You could also gain a random forecast that you don't want and trash that into a gold with using some druids for draw and some.
Random forecast being another worry or. Yeah, that's probably a bit better. But no, you can't draw the gold.
You still can. You can play. You can't do it while leaving village green for the next turn, but.
Right.
I assume you would like to because you have 7 druids in their deck. So I would probably like to be able to play out of a hand that has a lot of druids and not a village green, which could happen. If you gain a third quarry, you're threatening to pile hunting parties, but you need to score. Do you really want 7 druids? They looked really good at the end of 2 turns ago because Minionpawn was threatening a pilot of a good draw, and it was a pilot that Hakha couldn't really do anything about, but they drew rather poorly. And
if they had a city quarter, but
yeah, but
there's no money for it.
the reason they have 7 druids is because they didn't get a city quarter.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I mean, just carpenter the estate into silver, draw the silver, and then you get a bunch of bakers, maybe 2 giants, and the next turn will be great.
Yeah.
How threatening is Haka to pile out? He can't pile out in 1 turn, surely.
I don't think they have 50. I don't think so, but I'm not 100% sure. They are threatening balling for hunting parties if they get a lot of money. Just not sure how feasible getting a lot of money is.
Okay, now the village green goes anyway. If you do that, you could have done it earlier, that you had a chance to draw the gold.
That is true. Maybe they just really didn't want it on top. Because their next turn is not looking that great.
8 carpenters and a duchy. Loses.
No.
And is short on buys. But a hunting party doesn't make the pilot any easier.
It does because Hakha has a carpenter.
Oh. Okay, then that does not work. 2 giants, 2 peddlers, 2 bakers, and a city quarter. No, probably not. But 2 bakers.
Yeah, I want at least 2 bakers.
And a silver. Okay,
Oh, it's
interesting.
interesting set of buys for sure.
0 bakers, but instead only 3 dead on the city quarter.
And there goes Hakka's back.
Wouldn't have been like any baker basically paying off itself when it only costs 1 and you buy a city quarter at the end.
Yeah, it would.
Would have been basically a free baker.
Yep. That is correct. So we probably could have and probably should have gained at least like 3.
Hmm.
Probably 4 was also perfectly safe.
Yeah. Why would Hakka start buying bakers to lower?
Yep.
So it looks like Hakka drew the deck, but discarded 5 coppers to drew it and a village greed. So 5 coppers left in the discard. So if the turn looks somewhat less lucky, then you have those 5 coppers in hand.
Yeah,
That was fortunate.
Yeah, I wonder is is there a chance that Hakka could go for a win here? Um, Because druids can Earthskip for carpenters, right? So you'd be looking for piling at carpenters, I assume. If you Earthskip for 2 carpenters, you need 10. So you'd ideally probably gain 4 during the turn. That way you can use the silver and gold to bowl for the remaining 2. Oh, Hakka got rid of their quarry, right?
Is there a quarry in the trash? Okay, then
Yeah.
then that's his. That makes it a bit difficult.
So we can draw 3 cards here. I don't see the way how. I don't see a way for that 3 cards to be a win. Yes, Hakka trashed their quarry. Well, they had a quarry, and then they decided that they wanted. What did they want instead of a quarry? Oh, a gold, so that they could defensively province. Which makes some sense to me. I mean, Minionpawn was. Yeah, Minionpawn would have a pilot if Hakka didn't green last turn.
Yeah, for sure.
So, yeah.
Would have had one with a dodgy gain as well.
Yeah, so the, they probably didn't want to get rid of their quarry, but they felt like they have to. I am getting this classic syndrome where no matter which player's turn I look at, I think the spot looks bad, and I want to be in the other player's spot.
Yeah, I don't think Minionpawn spot is that bad. Some people think. Now he just has to make use out of the city quarter that he gained.
Yeah, I assume the city quarter and is going to enable the estate pilout for Minionpawn with just playing a bunch of Earth's Gift and using the draw to reach other druids. But that is not going to work if Hakha provinces a bunch.
He has to province once because otherwise Minionpawn just trashes the gold into province and does the carpenter pile out.
Yeah.
So Hakha needs more points.
Hakha does trigger this shuffle. That is really scary.
Oops. Yeah. But he can discard most of his, I guess, for druids.
Yeah, or he can even draw it with Sea's Gift.
And not if he wants village greens in play for the next turn.
Yeah, and I assume he does because otherwise his deck's not very functional. Well,
at least one, maybe.
How might disagree? These remaining cards are 4 coppers.
Hmm.
Yeah, and he is 1 carpenter buy away, or 1 carpenter gain away from winning here.
Hmm.
Can you do something with estates? No, you can only lower them, right? It's not really getting anywhere. Hakha just wants to draw all the coppers. Interesting.
Yeah, if he wants to province, he needs 1 more copper, so.
Yeah. He could double province here.
Mm-hmm.
It's
And the next turn is
yeah.
so likely to be a dud. It is already anyway.
Yeah, I don't think double provincing reduces the chance or increases the chance for the next turn to be a dot that much from this point after we chose to play these village greens. I don't know that Hakha has very good tools to make these turns makes the next turn more consistent too.
Yeah, he always has to hope for a good turn. You could gain a quarry now and still province.
I don't mind double provincing just because Minionpawn is going to have a lot of trouble with getting to 18 VP. Even over 2 turns possibly. So Hakha might dud the next turn, but maybe it's not that big of a deal if he duds. I mean, the problem is if he draws the city quarry with 4 coppers or a hand of that kind, then
the city quarter's also gone for the next turn.
Yeah.
Until the very end.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the alternatives would be. I guess one alternative is to just get a city quarter. Is that is one of the ways that Hakha can increase the chances that his deck functions. It's never gonna be particularly consistent with how many coppers there are, but there really isn't that much he can do about it at this stage. You probably don't really want to gain carpenters, right? Oh wait, there was a way to draw a quarry here too. It's just probably not very effective. Okay, they
Just draw it all.
yeah.
It was a lot of thinking until we get to this
To make
point.
yeah to there was a lot of
Mm.
thinking to end up making the obvious choice. Or the automatic play, I guess, not the obvious one. I don't think they were tracking their deck. it's it's been revealed to them what those cards were like a minute before that.
Two provinces. And if you draw, you have the option to mill. I'm not seeing how you draw again.
I mean, you draw a card involving with 5 actions, including a city quarter. Is how you draw. Preferably
No,
some
no,
hunting
you
parties in there
you have the
too.
druid, and it reveals 4 village greens.
That would also work, but that's significantly less likely, I suppose.
Hmm.
The card of 5 actions is only like I don't know what is it's 1 and 2 5 times. It's not that bad. Yeah, it's more than 1%.
Okay, and now he also already did all the thinking, so
I would have thought so.
I would have thought you had a plan when you drew the coppers to now get double province, but no.
I assume double province is the plan, but he's just like reconsidering. Do I really have to do this? That this sounds so like not what I want to do.
Uh, the doorbell was ringing.
um. Well, the comeback is pretty simple. Minionpawn can just put a bunch of druids in their not the druids, put a bunch of bakers in their deck and put some giants and start just getting economy of those
And
cards
hoping, yeah, and
and
Haka
wait.
having bad turns.
Yeah, and Haka having bad turns, which is extremely likely here because this is an abnormally
Yeah, I'm not sure how you drew deck there
yeah
with
this is
only 2 hunting parties and 1 city quarter. Oh, copper into estate. Preparing the estate pilot, maybe. Not too bad. And
I
but also.
I am perplexed by trash copper into estate into thing. That just tells me that we don't have a plan. Oh, is this a city quarter? Is
Or another estate.
this is another estate? Sounds very dubious. I guess another estate makes sure. No, I okay. I don't know what another estate would do here.
would make the next pile out easier on estates for them.
I guess.
If you draw.
Uh,
There we
Oh
go.
my!
Oh, what a hand. And on the other side, pretty sad for now, depending what we reveal. Okay, village green,
Mm,
at least once. Sorry that turn took so long. Yeah, thanks.
yeah, makes. I mean, it's.
At least you realized it.
I, Haka probably hasn't been that happy with the way he played. So today, he is down
Hmm.
1-4. So I could see second guessing yourself in that spot a lot. Some people when tilt they start playing really fast. The other people slow down. I
Hmm.
I assume the slowing down is the more winning way.
And also maybe my monitor went off. Maybe being in game 6, been a long day, and you think slower.
Yeah, it is half 10 p.m. Where Haka is. So very long day. Starting to get really late.
Yay, time zone brothers.
Yes. It turns out that a lot of people that live on the internet are in Europe.
Central European Standard Time. Summertime.
Oh, I did. Yeah. I am gonna. Alright. With that comment, I am gonna bring up this that I even found out who you are, Iras, because I was trying to invite you uh to a whatever it was the League Tier Championships, I think, at some point. And what popped up for me is that you were in another Discord server for me, and that Discord server happened to be for some computer science conference. I was like, oh, interesting. Oh, wait, is Minionpawn winning here? Or did they just trash the Carpenter into.
To Duchy. Why would they win here? Like, no way.
Okay, now I just. Like the trashing Carpenter with a Carpenter into a
Okay.
Dachi was. Alright, Haka is getting a more reasonable draw.
Now Druid for
It's probably for Sun's Gift, right?
Sun's Gift, yeah. See what you get. Maybe have a village green. Top deck the hunting party. Okay,
Oh yeah,
discard the
that
green.
is a great Sun's Gift. I love it.
Yeah, could have been worse. It was still like probably one of the better
Oh yeah,
turns that you
I
are expected to get.
I was not sarcastic. I was like very happy to have to discard those two estates and a copper. Yeah, that was Leeds, Iras. I think you're still in there. And I think I'm still in there too because I have never bothered to click away. Oh, province into estate. There goes Haka.
What? Game has ended.
Yeah,
You
uh,
did it.
they they did the estate pile
I
out.
just looked away for a few seconds. Why did the turn go so fast now?
Well, they planned out their estate pile out on their last turn, and now they like had it mapped out already. Clearly. Anyways, that's gonna be it for us. Thanks for joining me, RTT. It was a lot of fun.
Yep. Have a good day.
Have a
Bye.
good night. Bye.
Ciao.